Okay, this is a screencast to show you how I plan on using Piazza.com over the summer. Start using it more over the summer to get more interaction between the students. One idea I have that I shared with Dr. Henney and we talked about a little bit was using Piazza as a way for students to collaboratively come up with test questions, basically. So what it would look like is when students come in here, they'd be required to come up with a certain number of questions for each chapter that we're going over before the uh, by a due date before the unit exams come around. And so they'd come up here and click New Post, and in this uh, I'll have to play around with this to see if it's better to use it as a note or a question. It probably will be better to use it as a note because I think that'll give us more options for how students can reply to the question that's posted. But I'll have to play around with that a little bit more just to see what the differences are. But the idea is that they'd come in here and say, sample test question. They'd give their question a name, sample test question chapter 1. And then they'd go in and actually put the question that they've come up with. So for example, homeostasis has nothing to do with the human body. True, false. That's just a real basic one, but you get the idea. And then they can put tags if they want to. Well, actually, the easiest way to tag in here is just to pull these up here, and now that has the exam tag, and they could come up with some other ones too, but that's just the one example there. Then for now, I'm just going to make this a private note just so it doesn't push out to the class that's set up right now, just so that we can see what it looks like. So let's post it. And so once the student posts it, it'll look something like, hurry up. I don't know why this site's going so slow right now. Come on. Wow, it doesn't usually take this long. Okay. We may have to stop this. I wonder why this is taking so long. Let me try refreshing the page. Okay, there it is. I don't know, it got stuck there. Okay, so anyway, so now this would show up in the student's feed, and then they can go in here and there'll be a discussion area down below where students can add in their their thoughts on, oh, that's why don't that's not a very good question, or it's a good question, or they can answer it true or false, or that sort of thing. There can be follow-up discussions on whatever the question gets posted. And then it isn't showing it here, but there will be an instructor response area too. I think it's because of the way I posted this as a private note, but normally there's an instructor response area and then a student response area as well, along with these follow-up discussions. So students can go in and in the student response area they can put more information or whatever they need to, and then I can go in and also put more information. Say, well, you may want to think about improving this question this way, or I can go in and say, oh, this is a good question, you may see this on the exam. And so I think by doing it like this, it's going to generate a lot of questions for students to study from while they're getting ready for the exams, and it'll actually help me too, because it'll probably be a way in which I can get some good exam questions for the current class and then future classes as well. So that's one way I plan on using Piazza to help with getting more interaction, more student involvement in the class, along with just the normal question and answers that they're always doing. So that's that.